You've probably heard the terms human resources and personnel thrown around, maybe even used to describe the same department. But are they really the same thing? Is one just a fancier, more modern word for the other? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's a bigger deal than you think, so let's dig in and figure out what's really going on.
So this is the big question, right? Are we just dealing with a simple name change, or does this signal something much, much deeper about how companies think about their people? Let's get to the bottom of it.
And look, it's a super common mix-up, so if you've been using them interchangeably, you're not alone. But the difference between them is absolutely massive. It's basically a revolution in business philosophy. To really get it, we've got to take a step back in time.
All right, first, let's talk about the old school, the traditional world of personnel management. This is where it all started, back in the industrial era, and its job was very, very specific. The name really says it all. Personnel administration was about one thing: administration. You can think of it as the nuts and bolts department. They were focused on all the paperwork and all the procedures you need to just keep the machine of the workforce running. So what did that actually look like? Well, for starters, it was mostly reactive. Dealing with problems after they'd already happened. The main gig was making sure everyone followed the rules and all the paperwork was filed right. And when that's your focus, it's pretty natural to start seeing employees as just a cost, an expense on a spreadsheet that you need to manage, which keeps your focus locked on the here and now.
This quote just nails that old-school personnel mindset perfectly, doesn't it? It was all about keeping order and making sure people got paid. Actually developing the employees? That was somebody else's problem.
Okay, now let's hit the fast-forward button and come back to today. A totally new way of thinking has taken over, and it's led to the rise of strategic human resources. And I gotta tell you, this isn't just a new coat of paint. It's a complete reinvention of the whole role.
The key to everything is right here in this definition. Did you catch those keywords? Strategic and assets. Modern HR doesn't see people as costs anymore. It sees them as the single most valuable asset a company has, and its main job is to make sure those assets are managed in a way that helps the entire business win.
So yeah, the entire approach gets flipped on its head. HR is proactive, always looking down the road to what the company's going to need next. It's all about building an awesome company culture and actually developing talent from the inside. The focus shifts from shuffling papers to nurturing people, seeing them as a true investment with a long-term plan for growth. This chart really makes it crystal clear. Just look at this breakdown. A massive 40% of their time is spent on strategic planning, thinking about the workforce of the future. Another 30% on developing talent. And see that tiny little 10% slice? That's the admin tasks. That little sliver was basically the entire world of the old personnel department. It's a complete flip in priorities. Okay, so we've seen the before and we've seen the after. Now, let's put them side by side. It'll make the key differences pop. First up, let's talk scope. Personnel was tactical, totally focused on the now, putting out fires. Human resources, on the other hand, is strategic. HR has a seat at the leadership table, helping to shape the company's future by making sure the people strategy lines up with the big business goals.
Now this might just be the most important difference of them all. Is an employee a number on a spreadsheet that you need to minimize? Or are they a valuable asset that you invest in to get future returns? This one philosophical shift literally changes everything about how a company runs.
And I just love this analogy because it makes it all click into place so easily. Personnel was the referee, right? Standing on the sidelines, ready to blow the whistle when someone breaks a rule. But HR is the coach. They're on the field with the team, actively working to make every single player better so the whole team can win.
So we've gone through all the definitions, but why does any of this actually matter in the real world? I mean, what's the actual impact on you and the place you work?
And if you're thinking this is all just some feel-good corporate talk, think again. This modern HR approach has a direct, measurable impact on the bottom line. The research is clear. Companies with highly engaged employees are a staggering 21% more profitable. Investing in people literally pays dividends. Period.
So here's what it all boils down to for you. Understanding this difference tells you a ton about your company's culture. It defines what kind of opportunities you'll have for training and growth. It has a real effect on the company's success. And honestly, it can even help you see your own job in a more strategic light, connecting what you do every day to the bigger picture.
And that brings us to the final big question. I want you to take a second and really think about where you work. Is it a place that just manages procedures, like an old-school personnel department? Or is it a place that's focused on developing potential,
like a modern HR function? The answer to that question? Well, it tells you almost everything you need to know.